Hey everyone, Zeiten's here. We've got a nice looking BMW 328i, 1998. We have some 99. We have some issues with it. He's gonna go over them. There's Tim, our master mechanic for Zeiten.
We don't have issues with the car. The car has issues. The cooling system is now good. It's overheated and exploded these two transfer pipes. Looks good. You see that? All this stuff. Yeah, of course it's worn out, but when it overheated, then it was gone and everything leaked out. So we already replaced this part. And now we're gonna replace water pump, thermostat, both radiator hoses, and the coolant temperature switch. So let's get to it.
Let's get to it. As you can see, we're literally here on the side of the street, not blocking anyone. We're working here outside, fresh air. Not so fresh though, because it's LA after all. Anyway, the estimate time for this work by the local shop was 3.5 hours. We're just gonna try to do it under 2 hours. We're gonna record it. We're gonna set the time.
It's 4:30. Do you see that? Thursday, September 1.
Yes, everything's visible. I can see it.
All right, let's start.
We're starting, all right?
And also we'll shoot like the tutorial at the same time.
Yeah, at the same time we're actually going to be recording everything for DIY purposes. Alright.
Alright, here we go. We'll remove air filter box. That's simple. From here, two 10mm bolts right there. Is the most popular size on every car. So we'll take this two out. Nice and simple. We already unclamp it here, so it's movable and hop. Disconnected, out of the way. Just to make it easier to work around this area. Alright, what's next? Is, as you can see here, the fan shroud is completely broken, and but it still has a clamp right here. I'll take it out. Even it doesn't work. It doesn't do anything already. The fan shroud is gone. The next big thing, and it's easier here because there is no fan shroud, but still, is to take the fan clutch out. For this, you will need those tools. It's specifically designed for BMW.
BMWs only.
Yeah, well, Mercedes I think as well too, but that's for BMWs. KTC, Auto Tools, it's a good thing. I love them. Like, I worked with them for a long time already. So you got here like it's a different length between these holes and these holes, so we're gonna use these two on this BMW, and it's gonna be second pair of bolts in here, which is for the longer distance. Remember, it's left thread, so what we're gonna do is the opposite direction. Untighten. Alright, we locked it right here on two bolts, and now we need to take it out, and it's done. Yep, now it's rotating nice and free. Got it out. We're gonna replace the fan clutch later. Take the broken fan shroud out. Now, before we go to the next step, I want you to loosen these bolts right here on the water pump pulley a little bit, because it's gonna be easier right now when we still have the belt tension than later on. So don't forget about that. It's just gonna save you time.
Let me get on the other side.
Alrighty. Next thing we want to do is take off the belt. Squish. Alright, so what we got in here, we're gonna take off the belt. But this, it's a hydraulic tensioner, and it has another point where you can put the socket, but I use the Torx 50 and put it straight to the bolt, and I'm kind of tightening it. I'm using a breaker bar, so I will not break the bolt. So, and here we go. Here, over here. And that what happens, it moves straight, and I'll take this out, and I'll take this out. This is enough for us. So yeah, that's it. The belt is out. Here you go. Take this belt out. Belt not in awesome condition, and yeah, it has like, oh shit, that's,
Yeah, it wears and tears.
alright. We'll take another belt off, and from the AC, it's 2 belts in every BMW, not everyone, but on this kind of engine, it's a M52TU engine. So here it's a 16mm nut on another tensioner right there. So you again tightening it, and it goes down, and you take the belt off. That's it. So this belt, which is totally fine, out of the way. Alright, now we got the belt off, we can take these 4 bolts from the water pump pulley. Remember, we'll lose them a little bit. There you go. Also, in the meantime, it's if you service your cooling system, it's good to check everything that are in here, and specifically the other pulleys, because this one doesn't have any bearing in it, so it's just a pulley. Alright, so right here, if you can hear it, it's like very noisy. And this one, let's check. Good, but still a lot of noise. And the bottom one, that's like all 3 pulleys needs to be replaced, but we here not for that today. We're replacing other things. We will definitely recommend our customer Monica to replace it all, and sooner is better, always. Alright, the next thing, what are we gonna do is disconnect the upper lower hose, drain the coolant. We already got our catching pan underneath the car, so we'll do that. And disconnecting these hoses, it's not that hard. It has a famous BMW fast hose connector, so what are you gonna do? It's right here, just play with it a little. Also, we replace the thermostat, so you can put the screwdriver right here and pry it out a little bit. Good. As we can see, someone put like the stop leak stuff in here, so try to fix it cheap. Doesn't work with Beamers. Right here, same thing. It's just this hose sometimes gives trouble, and you have to be careful with it because it goes to the radiator. So if you pry it out, make sure that you go directly to the hose, not the radiator, and do it quick, like really careful. Also, play with it, always helps, but you should hold the radiator in the other hand. So we have a big pry bar. Really stuck in there. Right, to help the process, we'll take this out, which is just slides from here. I'll take this out, and we'll take the locks exactly from the hoses. It helps because we can grab the hose better, and it's not going to lock itself. Reservoir comes out easy. This one right here, there you go. Again, very careful with this part. Oh, that's the old one. We got a new one. All right, what's next? Next, we're gonna disconnect the thermostat and the water pump. Next, so we'll loosen these bolts. You don't have to take it all out. Just like this will be fine. Then we'll go 13 millimeter right here. So 13 millimeter bolt on the thermostat, which is right here. You can see that. Got it. And then we go back to 10. 10 number 1. 10 number 2 right underneath it, and 10 number 3 right here. So we'll just take them out. Alright, so we got all the bolts out. It's 4 bolts holding the thermostat, 1 13 millimeter and 3 10 millimeters. So we'll just take it out. And we took bolt from here, so this can move. Last time we refilled it with nice coolant, but as I can say by my experience, someone has been using a silicone on the bolts, which means they're not really professional about this stuff. Alright, next step we'll do, disconnected the thermostat. I'll just put it aside for now because I want to replace the bottom hose with minimum loss of coolant, because last time we were here I filled it up with completely fresh mixture with coolant concentrate and distilled water, and it's still good. So we'll take the water pump out. It's 4 10 millimeter nuts, and I'll show you a little trick how to do it easy. So it's 11, 10. So we'll loosen them all. Alright, so take off to pull out the water pump, it's not just like, you know, it's hard to take it out like this because it's just like your hand. So what you got in here, remember your thermostat bolts, 10 millimeters? You take it, 2 of them, and put one in here. You see that? In this hole,
Yeah.
and the one in this hole, and tighten them. So what they're gonna do, they're gonna push it from here, and it's just gonna slide out little by little, and then it's gonna be simple to take it out. So I'm doing it with my hand right now. Just one and another one. They fit perfect, the bolts from Thermostat, so you don't need to use any other bolts like and wonder what kind of thread is it and anything like that. So Thermostat bolts work here perfect. And now I'm just gonna tighten them a little bit. One side, other side. That's how it goes. And you see it's moving nice and good without any forces or anything, because if you force it to go this direction, you can slip and damage the radiator. Easy, like this. And now it's out. You can see. I'm not sure if it's new or old. It's a plastic impeller, and the water pump, I can say it's still good. It's just, I feel like she just bought the car, so we need to do that because the thermostat failed already. And I feel like it should, those parts definitely should be replaced together. Doesn't matter what fails, water pump or thermostat, they should be replaced together all the time. Because once you replace the water pump, the next thing is going to be is a thermostat. Because right here, what we see, it's fresh water pump, and I'm pretty sure it still works fine. It's just, it's been replaced like a couple months ago maybe. The thermostat failed a couple months later. What's the point of doing just water pump with just thermostat? You already here, it's just a matter of 4 bolts. That's pretty much it. Alright, so here's the lower radiator hose. It's Rain and it's OEM equipment. The point is, when you replace this hose, always replace this sensor, because it's not about the sensor itself, it's all about the O-ring right here, the green one. You can see that? So this O-ring fails and it just leaks through this like cracked O-ring or dry O-ring, like whatever. So the point is, you replace this hose, you always replace this sensor, and it goes easy. That's it.
Done.
So, as I said before, I'll try to lose like minimum of coolant, so I'll take one hose out and put just another one straight back in. In order to do that, I'll need my screwdriver again. So okay, we're taking this thing right here and we'll take it all out. It's not necessary to do, but it's just simpler for you to take the hose out because they usually stuck. Because of age, because of lack of lubrication or whatever. So you don't really need those parts because, well, we'll replace the bolts, the hoses. The next thing, again, very careful about it. You just put the pry bar into the hose, now nowhere else, and the gives you a little bit of room, and you can just, like, very careful, nice and easy. Didn't work with safe coolant thing, but it's alright. Why not to try, right? No. At least I saved something. Okay, so the next thing, I just want to clean all this silicone around the thermostat housing. Ugly stuff. You don't need to use that. The rubber seal is just fine. It works for 60 to 80,000 miles easy. Even can go more. So please don't use the silicone anywhere near this part. That's it. Alright, well, we're almost done. What we're gonna do next is just to put the water pump in, the thermostat in, then replace the fan clutch, put all the belts in, and I'll show you how to do it step by step. This one is simple. First, lubricate this rubber with some coolant, a little bit, not much needed. Adjust it and press it in. That's it. Put 4 bolts and it's in. Alright, so here the thermostat already tight. The best way to tighten it is like crisscross pattern, as the same on the wheels. Now I'll show you how to put the hose back in. It's a BMW click-in connector, like easy and fast. Just go in here like this, and that's it. You can connect the sensor right now. We're almost done pretty much here. Don't forget to connect the lower sensor as well. And that's pretty much it. Don't put this hose yet. This is the last part we're gonna put in. And now we're gonna replace the fan clutch and the belt. Alright, so we'll replace the fan clutch in here. This is easy. Just lose these 3 bolts. Side. Next step, we'll put the pulley back for the water pump right here. As you see, it's not all the same distances between the holes. So, and the way we use these two is like this. This is the most proper way to use it, because even this one will not fit. Barely will fit. But this one is the best for all 6-cylinder engines, like M52TU, M54, all of them use this one. Yep, you got it. Alright, so we're gonna put it on. Again, it goes like this. Hanging there. Put the bolt. Play a little, find the hole. So one in. To test it, if it's the right one, you put another bolt, which is just fine. Yep, we got another one in, and the other 2. Okay, all 4 bolts in. Just tighten them as much as you can. Don't use any like locking tools or whatever. Just let it sit, because we can tighten them after we put the belt in. And it's gonna be just enough. Alright. Okay. Alright, so I'll put the belt. First I put it on the water pump pulley. Then it goes underneath this pulley, idler pulley. Then the belt goes around the water pump into this pulley, the tensioner pulley. And in the end to the crank pulley down here. As you can see, the belt is damaged, but we're gonna just put it for now to bleed the system and let the car work fine with the cooling. And after that, we advise our customer to replace it as soon as possible. And if she wants to do it now, we'll do it now. We just need to run to the nearest shop to buy the belt. Okay, so what are we gonna do in here? The same procedure. As you can see, it doesn't reach to the power steering pump. So what we're gonna do is release the tension from this pulley and just slide it over there. Or the other way, as we can still do that. You can see it's not that easy still. So we'll take this out, we'll put it around here, and now we'll just slide it to the tensioner pulley. Check everything. As you can see here, the belt doesn't cover all the grooves on the alternator, the water pump also, so it's not good. I hope it's gonna be fine for just one start, one bleeding procedure. If not, we'll go buy another one. Anyways, and the other belt, the AC belt. Hold on. So now we're gonna put this belt on, and what you're gonna do first, you put it on the crank pulley, around this pulley, tensioner pulley, and just let it a little bit slide to the AC. And now it's a 16mm nut right here. You just tighten and you put it in. That's it. Release and everything's fine. And don't forget, I said before about the tightening the bolts on the pulley right here. It's easier when the tension is on, even though it's not the best belt, but it's enough of the tension. Rotates just fine. Damn, this belt is gone. Alright. Next thing is, remember we do have a broken fan shroud right here. Some standard procedure. What you're gonna do is you need to slide both of them at the same time right here, and then tighten the fan clutch. So as long as we have a broken fan shroud, we don't have this kind of struggle. So we'll just put it on its place right here. I don't even know what it's doing here. Well, someone who worked in here before definitely didn't pay much attention for this small thing like fan shroud. Bolts are in still. We'll just put it in place, and I guess it's gonna be just fine for it for now. Fan shroud, it's not that important thing, but still keeps your car cool, so why not? Okay. Alright, now remember, it's the left-hand thread. This is a really frustrating moment, but if you get it quick, it'll be just fine. I'm using just my hands, because I have like thousands of cars already installed this in. So, and for you I would recommend, don't hesitate to just hold it like this and use the wrench before it's on the thread, so like till it's on the thread. I'm doing one after another, and when you got it, you can spin it. And once again, we're going to use our tools. So we can tighten the fan clutch. So we put the new hose in here. It's rain again, OEM equipment. So we're putting back on the air filter box, and that's pretty much it, guys. The only thing we need to do is bleed the system, which is why I'll take this screw out already. It's the fresh one with a fresh gasket in it. Right here. Yeah, so we'll fill it up with a coolant mixture with distilled water and just bleed it.
Alright guys, well, we're about to wrap things up here. This car, see, we haven't moved anywhere. We're still here doing all the work on the street, outside, no problem. So go ahead, take it from here.
The job is done. We replaced the water pump thermostat, both radiator hoses, lower coolant temperature sensor, and the fan clutch. So the only thing left is just to fill it up with coolant and bleed the system. That's it. It's gonna take another 10-15 minutes, and we're out. So we got a time. It's 5:26 right now. So remember, we started at 4:30.
So basically 1 hour.
Well, 1 hour, yeah. That's it. That's what we do at Zeiten.
Alright, thanks for being with us. Thanks for watching, guys. And please leave the comments. Check out our website, ZeitenLLC.com. Also check out our Facebook page and Instagram. We'll be with you guys soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.